For more than 4 decades, Al Roker has been a reassuring presence in American living rooms. With his warm smile, quick wit, and unmistakable voice, he's delivered everything from sunny forecasts to the harshest storm warnings. To many viewers, especially those who've grown older alongside him, Al feels less like a television personality and more like a familiar friend. But behind the bright studio lights and cheerful banter lies a quieter story, one that didn't unfold on camera, and one that reshaped not only Al Roker's life, but the lives of the people who love him most. This is the untold story of Al Roker's health journey and what it taught his family about vulnerability, resilience, and the true meaning of togetherness. For years, Al embodied energy. Long hours, early mornings, constant travel, he powered through it all with humor and discipline. Like many men of his generation, he believed endurance was part of the job. You show up, you push forward, you don't complain. But the body, as Al would later learn, keeps its own score. Health challenges began to arrive not as one dramatic moment, but as a series of warnings. Weight struggles, surgeries, exhaustion that sleep couldn't fix, and eventually hospitalizations that forced an uncomfortable truth into the open. Even the most familiar faces on television are not immune to fragility. For Al, the hardest part wasn't the pain or the procedures, it was the loss of control. In interviews, he's admitted that slowing down felt like failure. He worried about letting people down, his colleagues, his audience, and most of all, his family. Yet it was precisely his family who helped him see the situation differently. At home, the conversations changed. His wife, Deborah Roberts, didn't see a broadcaster or a public figure. She saw her husband, someone who had spent years taking care of everyone else while quietly neglecting himself. Their discussions were no longer about schedules or upcoming assignments, but about presence, about whether he was truly there, not just physically, but emotionally. His children saw it too. For them, watching a parent confront illness was unsettling. Al had always been the constant, the one who seemed unshakable. Seeing him vulnerable forced a shift in perspective. It taught them that strength doesn't mean never falling, it means being honest when you do. One of the most profound lessons Al's health journey taught his family was the value of listening to your body and to each other. In moments when Al tried to downplay symptoms or rush recovery, his family learned to speak up. They learned that love sometimes means insisting someone rest, even when they resist. It means having difficult conversations. It means choosing long-term well-being over short-term comfort. For viewers in their 60s, this resonates deeply. Many grew up in a culture where illness was private and vulnerability was often mistaken for weakness. Al's experience challenged that idea. By sharing pieces of his journey publicly, he gave permission to an entire generation to acknowledge their own limits. Recovery was not linear. There were setbacks, frustrations, and moments of fear, but there were also quiet victories, standing a little longer, laughing a little easier, appreciating mornings that once felt routine. At home, those moments mattered more than any on-air achievement. Deborah later reflected that Al's health challenges stripped life down to what truly counts. Not accolades, not appearances, but time, shared, unhurried, and intentional. For Al himself, the lesson was humbling. He learned that asking for help didn't diminish him, it strengthened his relationships. He learned that stepping back didn't erase his legacy, it deepened it. And perhaps most importantly, he learned that being present for his family required first being honest with himself. Today, when viewers see Al Roker smiling on their screens, there's a new depth behind that smile. It carries gratitude, perspective, and an understanding that every day is less about performance and more about participation. His family carries those lessons forward as well. They learn that health is not a solo journey, it's a shared responsibility. They learn that measuring success not by productivity, but by connection. And they learn that love shows itself most clearly in moments of uncertainty. Al Roker's Untold story isn't just about illness, it's about recalibration. It's about a man who spent his life forecasting the weather, only to discover that the most important storms and the most meaningful clearings happen within. For those watching who are navigating their own health challenges or caring for someone who is, his story offers quiet reassurance. You are not weak for slowing down. You are wise for paying attention. And sometimes, the greatest lesson a family can learn is that being there for one another, truly there, is the most powerful medicine of all.